Hey guys, Marissa at KitchenTableStamper.com. I am working really hard to bring you a series of projects of boxes that are useful for treats that you can find anywhere. And so this Hershey's milk chocolate bar can be found pretty much at any checkout station in any grocery store or drugstore. And here is the perfect box for giving one of these yummy treats. It's got a little top tuck tab, fits the bar perfectly, and we are using the All About Autumn Designer Series paper. It's back in stock. It was very sought after at the release of the holiday catalog, and now it's available to order again. So let's make an autumn treat box. This would be wonderful to bring to everybody at the office or to put at your place table or your table settings on your Thanksgiving table. It's fast and it's easy. Let's get started with our template. You'll need a piece of cardstock that's 7 by 6.5, and I am going to use Misty Moonlight today. I thought it was kind of a nice surprise color combination with the All About Autumn paper. We're going to get our Simply Score tool and score this up according to the template. Gonna start on the 7-inch side, and we're gonna score both 7-inch sides at 1/2 inch. So rotate end over end and 1 inch on both 7-inch side. Then we're going to score on the 6.5 inch side at 2.5, 3, 5.5, and 6. That's it, pretty simple. Going to work all of my scores with the bone folder so you get a nice clean fold. Now we're going to trim according to our template photo. I like to start with this largest panel. This is 2.5 inches on my left hand, and I'm going to cut along the rectangle straight, removing the score, and then on this little glue tab I'll make an angle cut. Then on this little glue tab, we'll make an angle cut, and on this long rectangle, cut straight along the score. We can do that on both sides, same way. All right, now we've got those little side tabs. Let's do the tuck tab. So you're gonna have these 1/2 inch rectangles toward you. Cut the score straight on the long rectangle sides to the second score line, and then angle just a little bit and remove, then cut off this little square in the corner. Same thing on the other side, straight along these 2 long rectangles to the second score, cut off the little square and then remove the score. I'm going to grab a 1/4 inch corner rounder. I've got my little We Are memory keepers here. I love this one. It does the 1/2 and 1/4. So we're going to do 1/4 inch for our tuck tabs. And then we're going to put our Designer Series paper on the front of the box. Got All About Autumn Designer Series paper. It's 2 1/4 by 5 3/4. We're going to use this pumpkin pattern this time. Our original uses this kind of forest lane. It's a road into the forest. I love these photo real papers. There's lots of great choices here in this pack. I'm going to put some liquid glue and center right in this 2.5 inch panel here. And let's cut a little thumb notch now. You know I can't see center, but there is a centering ruler on the Simply Score tool, so I'll just line that up, mark center, and then I'm going to use a 3/4 inch circle punch for the thumb notch. You don't want to go bigger than 3/4 of an inch because your tuck tab is only 1/2 inch. I started out with a 1 inch circle for the thumb notch, and then your tuck tab shows in the thumb notch. The edge of it shows in the thumb notch. So learn from my mistake, use a 3/4 or a 1/2 inch. Once you've got your thumb notch, let's get some tear and tape adhesive and put this box together. You're going to flip to the inside of the box and put your adhesive on the front tab at the edge, and then on the little side tab here. Get my take your pick tool, and we're going to remove the liner on the little side tabs. Fold the back tabs in and bring up the bottom of the box nice and square. Once you've got the bottom of the box nice and square, then you can remove the liner on the sides, and that's going to bring the seams to the back of the box and finish it up for us. Nice and square, looking good. Let's add some candy to the box. This fits your Hershey milk chocolate. The box is too big for the almond one, but it will fit like the cookies and cream and the milk chocolate bar. It also fits the Nestle's Crunch. I tried those. All right, there's our box. Let's decorate. Show you the sample there and bring in some cardstock and ink. All right, I've got Night of Navy and Copper Clay. We're going to use the Autumn Leaves bundle. It coordinates with the All About Autumn Designer Series paper. Love this 12-piece photopolymer stamp set with a coordinating die set, Autumn Leaves dies, and stamps can be bundled and save 10%. Let's do Copper Clay for our leaf on Copper Clay cardstock. And I like to, with these big stamps, either put the stamp stationary and bring the ink pad, or bring the stamp to the ink pad. Don't lift it up and do a symbol monkey. You'll get a mess. This has got a distinctive texture on it, and we don't want to lose that texture if we can help it. So just press and hold, let the ink transfer, and there's our leaf. And then with a grateful heart, we're gonna stamp that on Smoky Slate with Night of Navy. Let's clear away the Stampin' Pierce mat and ink pads and get our Stampin' Cut and Emboss machine. All right, we're all set up for die cutting here. We're gonna pop the grateful heart and the leaf, and these are Autumn Leaves dies. The outline is gonna cut out our leaf. And it comes with this awesome label. It's a rectangle with kind of a concave corner. I think that's what it is. Like the corner actually goes in, and then a piercing around it. There's also more of a squared type rectangle with the same details. Really cool label dies that you could use for anything, really. And then I've got 2 more leaves, also from Autumn Leaves, and we're going to cut those out from the More Dazzle specialty paper. This is champagne and gold in one package, 6x6 specialty paper. It's got big chunky glitter like a disco ball. If you guys remember the Bedazzle, I think it was called, from Celebration a couple of years ago, that's what this one's like, with the big chunky glitter. And look how nicely that big chunky glitter paper cuts. No problem. One time, one direction through the die cut machine, and we've got fun disco ball leaves. And there's our little pierced detail label. Pretty cool. Our sample. Now we've got Designer Series paper, also from All About Autumn. And I'm going to do some chicken lips on the banner, on each end of the banner. Now I'm using my Retired Tailored Tag Punch. You can use scissors here, or if you've got a square punch, you can use the corner of a square punch much in the same way. I said when this one retired, I was never going to get rid of it. There is the banner Pick-a-Punch, I think it's called, that's current now if you're looking for something that does these banner ends. I'm going to add some glue to the back and then center this on the box. This is where I got the idea to bring in the Night of Navy ink and the Misty Moonlight for the card base and really just kind of shake up the color combinations. We're trying to take the autumn leaves and All About Autumn out of the suite just a little bit. Not entirely though. We're just shaking up our color choices a bit. And then the leaf, it dries a little bit lighter, you guys. You can see the difference. It'll dry a little bit lighter, but let's get that guy on there. Be careful, don't put your glue all the way to the end because it will go off a little bit on some of the leaves. Get that glued on. My ribbon today is bordered ribbon in Pecan Pie. Take a few inches of this, fold it over, and kind of audition it and cut it away from the spool. Clean up that end. And we're looking pretty good. I'm going to put that down with a little bit of tear and tape adhesive. What I want to do is tape down with a little tear and tape, and then I'm going to remove the liner and then return the other side to its place. And it's going to be further secured. I'm going to slide it down just a little bit, just a little bit, just a little bit. There. I was covering just a little bit more of the leaf than I wanted it to. I love this leaf and I didn't want to cover up all the details. I'm going to give it a haircut, a final haircut in just a minute. All right, the gradient's going to go on with dimensionals, but because it's over that ribbon, I'm going to be rather generous. I'm going to use regular size dimensionals, and I'm going to, yeah, sometimes I am very conservative with adhesive, and sometimes I'm a little more generous. And because this is going over the ribbon, and because nobody likes a saggy middle, I am using lots of dimensionals. You could probably get away with 4, but you know. If you took the time to make it, why not use enough adhesive to make it really look good? Now, with a grateful heart, we're going to add that on so that we have a nice little loop of pecan pie bordered ribbon, and so it runs level with the banner that's underneath. Now we've got our gorgeous champagne colored disco ball leaves. Let's get some glue dots, and I take your pick tool. I'm going to grab a glue dot and a leaf, and I'm going to lift the corner of the banner just a little bit and find placement, and then repeat for my other leaf. Got the little glue dot. I can really just get it up there, get it where I want. Awesome. For some more texture, because I love this fall, that, I don't know, it brings kind of like a straw texture, a natural texture. I'm going to make a bow, kind of big and loopy, with a curly tail. We can trim it down just a little bit if we find that it's too big, but we want something generous. I'm going to cut this away from the spool, right about there. Get another glue dot. And this one I'm going to fold in half because we're dealing with twine. Now it's folded in half on the end of my take your pick tool. I'll put that on the back of the knot. Now my bow is on the take your pick tool, and I can slide it right up and underneath where I want it. Just hold the label, pull the tool out, and finesse the bow. And trim the tails. Looking good. Now, as if that disco ball leaves wasn't enough sparkle, I think my favorite embellishment for this fall season has been these amazing adhesive back sparkle gems. They're black, white, and champagne. I'm going to use these champagne ones because it kind of brings all of our shades together. That champagne and the pecan pie. I'm gonna add 2 right at the knot. There's our layers of sparkle and kind of rustic or earthy textures. Let's clean up the ribbon. Whenever you got a ribbon that shreds a little bit on the ends, I really like to get it on the project, get it all glued down, and then do kind of a final haircut with a nice sharp scissor. You'll notice that my snips that are used only for ribbon are indicated by the handle. That'll keep them sharp a lot longer and get you nice clean edges on those ribbons that tend to shred a little bit. All right, there it is. There's the pumpkins with that photo reel, and then that autumn lane. Which one do you like better? You can leave in the comments. All right, you guys, if you've got any questions, email staycrafty@kitchentablestamper.com. The principal project sheet will be on the blog later today, kitchentablestamper.com. You can follow the link in the description below. To shop Stampin' Up 24/7, buzz over to marisaalvarez.stampinup.net. Thanks, guys. I'll see you in the next video.